So yeah, I go to move the van. Intake manifold runner stuck open, and look at this. Like seriously, I can't win with this van. I swear I can't. Oh gosh, it's a van from hell. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna separate these wires, put some liquid tape on here. While it's cooling down, it's gonna dry. Clear the code and go all the way back through these drive cycles. Yeah, it's life. I'm gonna save my sigh of grief and just direct it towards fixing this damn uplander. So carrying on with the check engine light. So there's 3 total check engine lights I want to resolve on this vehicle. We already knocked out the oil pressure sending unit, the evap pressure sensor, and now well, that hasn't been confirmed yet because the check engine light's coming on for the intake runner or intake manifold turner, IMT. So I got that disconnected, and this is not allowing me to complete my drive cycle. So we're going to go through the diagnosing and repairing of that if I have time. If I don't, it's just going to have to be a continuance, and because the guy needs this van back tomorrow, and time is not of the essence for him. So, but first, let's get this code. Show you the code that's coming up. I know it's going to be more codes because it's disconnected. Alright, so it's p2078 and p2070, and all of them are. Hopefully these are related to the IMT. So first step, we're going to try to control this bidirectionally. Here we go. Intake manifold turner valve. Alright. So let's get a good angle so we can partially get this valve here. So I'm going to plug this back in. And I'm going to go back and clear the code because it's a possibility the system deactivated this runner system by it being triggering the MIL. We got to go through the drive cycle all over again. So it says it's open on. Okay, so now we got feedback. Before it wasn't showing any type of feedback. Up, look at that. There you go. So I found my issue. I moved it. So it's a wiring connection problem. So I think we're good. We can fix this now. Close, open. So it's supposed to be on. So we got wiring problems. So I'm moving this wire and I can hear it activating. If I twist it, it'll come on. I'm gonna leave it right there. It's not. But I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna pull that wire tape I had on there off. And we'll try to find the short. I'm gonna cut it off. Okay, so is the current position that it's in now is working. I just got to figure out which wire it is. So again, I haven't looked at the wiring diagram. So I'm gonna tackle the signal wire. And you can see I got the wires exposed here. You can see the backs of them, but I had them separated, so they shouldn't have been coming in type of contact with one another. Game plan is to do a wiggle test and repair the wire that's bad. Simple as that. Let's do this. I'm gonna use a test light. I got my test light on ground. My alligator clip portion's on ground here. So here's the diagram. Oh shit, that was dumb of me. That was so stupid of me. Don't do that. So we're still good. Look, I didn't blow anything. So we're gonna inspect the connections while we're here. So this is A. A should be signal voltage. We have voltage. Ground is going to be B. So I can switch. I'm not getting anything numerical, but at the same time, this answers the question of bias voltage. So as long as my test light lights up, this seems to be okay. I'm gonna do a wiggle test, and that's okay. I'm gonna go back to ground and do a wiggle test on 12 volts on A. So that's okay. So my conjecture again was the signal side should be defective. I assume everything's worked off of ground when it comes to signaling. We're going to do a wiring. So we're on. This is going to be C, and this is the control. So what I'm going to do with the control side is activated on my scan tool. I'm pressing the on button. So we have control now. I'm going to turn it off to show you that it is grounded, ground side switch. Now I'm going to move my wire here, just as I thought. It is our signal side. Yep. So let's see here. I know these wires look horrible, but they're still connected. So I assume the problem was I on the right one? Yep, here you go. Was I on the right one? Because I know I will confuse the hell out of myself too. So yeah, we're gonna look for some breaks in that wire. And look at that. If I would have went a little further down, I would have saw that. So it don't seem to be any discrepancies from here to here, even though some of these are questionable. This plug technically needs to be replaced, but this bill is pretty significant, and I think I can repair it without having to do all that other stuff. So we're gonna see what happens. So here's our problem. Let me cut this wire up. So our problem lies with C, and I'm gonna make note of that. Alright, so I started taking this wiring, the tape that I put on there, and I just started, because I only went as far as what I saw in the insulator. So what's happening here is shorting out. There's nothing else. So if our wires are ground out, that's going to be the sole reason why this runner is inoperative at times, which is, I mean, this is good, but damn it, man. I swear. Man, I know I need to fix this properly. This guy gonna have a hell of a bill. I'm just gonna put it that way. Alright. Yeah, some of these wires are even hot, man. Let's do this. How can I do this? I can leave them separated, and then do the same wiggle test with the same side, same terminal C, and see if it starts shorting out or anything. Let me activate C again, which is this one. So I'm gonna activate the Tesla, the bidirectional function. We're gonna activate that so it's on. So it's not anything. All right, change of plans. This is really going to be unorthodox, but it's going to work. My plan: I'm going to take my heat shrink, pull individual pins out, slide it on there, and burn it. So that's going to be our installation. I'm going to take wire tape and go right back around it. So get that dislike button really ready. This is gonna be a thing right now. All right. I just really hate to. Cut into this wire, and I wouldn't even have to. So I'm gonna take this out. I don't want to do it. Me being black, I'm gonna take the shortest route possible. All right. Look at that right there, boy. Look at that. Look at that. Man, this starting to look like a confirmed fix already. If I can get it all the way around here, I think it's starting to shrink on me. Oh gosh. This does not look like it's gonna happen. I probably should have got something to pull it through. I don't know if I got something thin enough. I'm gonna slowly walk this all the way on there. Yeah, once I got to the wire portion, it's a lot easier. Gonna slide it right there. Cool. We're gonna put this right back in there like we found it. This way. All right. It's 1 down, 3 to go. I think I'm gonna need to push that in. Oh shit. Oh shit, I went a little too far. Push down. Alright. Alright, I'm going to do the other two like this and save the mechanic viewing porn for myself. I'm going to get intimate with this. Alright, made it to my last one. Run out of heat shrink, so I gotta go buy more of that. I tell you, man, a mechanic supply list is like never officially done. It's always something we gotta buy. Shucks. See a little rationale will get you. Cool. Let's get our, I guess once I get it heated up, I can move it a little forward and it'll keep it separated a lot better. Let me get my heat pin. I forgot all about this. Let me get this on there. I wonder, all right, let me see if I can tuck this up so it'll help it keep it divided. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh-wee. All right, let me see if I can get that a little better on. See if I can get it to squeeze a lot better on the wire here. Where the insulation meets the actual wire. Insulation. This is good. It didn't turn out that bad. Ow. All right, so I'm gonna hit this with some wire tape. And I think I could put some liquid tape in there. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know how much of a mess it's gonna make. I'd assume something better than nothing. All right, let me get some wire tape. That wire tape ain't the electrical, the liquid insulating tape ain't do nothing. Oh shit! I knew it was gonna make a mess. Put some on there. I should have waited till I got in its fixed position, then I put it on there. I wonder if this is on backwards. I need to flip it around. Let me see if I can do that. Burn up. you know, keep the wire divided up pretty nice. All right, let's put this back. Relax. All right, it's straight, it's not kinked. Let's do another bidirectional test. So we have obvious operation. I can do my wiggle test and nothing happens. It doesn't alter the feedback signal percentages or anything. And it was obvious that it was shorted out because when we took the insulation off of the wiring that works for this IMT, we saw that they were frayed, and the signal wire had to have been ground out. It operates off of a ground signal, and the likelihood of that showing 100% was pretty high because we know the signal works off of ground signal from what we tested when we activate it bidirectionally with our alligator clamp on positive and our piercing prong on the signal. It eliminates, so it operates off, it's a ground side switch. So it displayed 100% once we wiggle it, and now it's just showing 81. So I'd assume the butterfly valves are only open based off the load percentage. So the amount of open time or the travel is going to be determined by the demand of the vehicle. So I'm going to call this a confirmed fix until further, being that it was obvious it was shorted out. But the only way you're going to know is if you stay subscribed, you hit that subscribe link, and you stay informed and have that reassurance from my work. So until then, it's on to the next one.